A country of more than 1.4 billion people, a nation with one of the youngest populations in the world, and yet across its cities and campuses, thousands of young people have marched into the streets. The question is, why? Every protest begins with a story. Sometimes it's a single decision, sometimes it's years of frustration. For many young Indians, concerns over education, jobs, examinations, and accountability have built up over time. Recent demonstrations have brought those frustrations into the national spotlight. But this isn't just a story about one protest. It's a story about expectations and whether they still match reality. Imagine spending years preparing for one examination. Late nights, sacrifices, dreams shared by an entire family. Now imagine believing that the system itself is no longer fair. Whether those concerns involve exam integrity, recruitment delays, or employment opportunities, the feeling can be the same. If the rules don't work, what happens to our future? India is experiencing one of the largest youth populations in human history. Every year, millions of students graduate. Millions compete for limited university seats. Millions apply for government and private sector jobs. For many, success depends on a handful of high-stakes examinations. That makes trust in those systems incredibly important. When trust begins to weaken, people ask questions. Can the system be improved? Who is responsible? What reforms are needed? These debates have fueled demonstrations in different parts of the country, with participants calling for changes ranging from examination processes to broader education and employment policies. But protests are never just about policies. They're also about emotion, hope, fear, frustration, and the belief that speaking out might lead to change. History has shown that youth movements often become defining moments for nations, not because every demand is immediately met, but because they reshape public conversation. So, what exactly are protesters asking for? How has the government responded? Why has this issue resonated with so many young people? And what could it mean for India's future? Those are the questions we'll explore in this documentary. Because understanding today's protests requires looking far beyond today's headlines.